So I was painting another picture, and I don't know what happened. This came out instead. I'm like, okay, that's good. It's men and women. See? Vikings. There was a warrior Viking woman. Huh. Well, that High Impact Flicks had a good video. You guys should watch it. He's talking about. He's showing a guy that has no arms. It was chopping wood with his neck. And it reminded me of the woman that she raised her kid. She had a kid and she used her feet. She was a good mom, took care of her kids. That was right. You know, like there's people that are differently abled, okay? And they usually kill those. And you're like, no, they don't. But really, through history, you know, that's the case. They were the ones they experimented on. You know, Hitler had a whole camp for them over there too. But I wanted to show you something because I went on here and I did a video because they're hiding my comments from others and Zeus and Optimus Prime. So when I did that, they went on there and they found the video that I made for Optimus Prime where me and the Wizzard were smoking, and they restricted it. And that's really funny because when I find the stuff that you don't restrict on here that the children do not need to see at all, and I'm thinking, you know what it is? It's more than that. It's because that plant is medicine, and I'm going to prove it to you. And I'm going to teach you about misinformation and about medical mishap. Because as a social worker, I'm concerned. As a mother, I'm concerned. Because see, when you see stuff like this, I want to show you that this is a real woman here. You see this? Dr. Sue Sisley advocating for medical cannabis research, patients, and reform. This woman here sued them because they're upset. They were not allowed any research, and when they got down to it, they wanted to send her moldy weed with a bunch of seeds and stems, and she knew it wouldn't give her what she needed to do to take cannabis and make it a medicine. See, because I'm here to argue with you, YouTube or anybody else. There's a reason that this is being legalized across the board, and it should be. And there's a reason that the federal government hasn't wanted you to have it, because like the pharmaceutical company would just die. They really would. Look, Dr. Sisley became curious about the barriers to cannabis research in the U.S. and uncovered a road fraught with obstacles. She partnered with multidisciplinary associations for psychedelic studies, MAPS, which is a 501c3 nonprofit research educational organization that develops medical, legal, and cultural context for people to benefit from the careful uses of psychedelics and marijuana. Now, I'm a card-carrying cannabis holder, and I'm also a social worker, and I have tried cannabis, and I'm going to show you what I was on. Okay, look at this, but I want to see this. So you can look this up. Sisley versus the DEA. They just let her. They were just like, okay, you can grow your own and do this because, look, the cannabis she received for her clinic trial was moldy and diluted with stems, sticks, and leaves. It's not just the flowering tops of the plants. There's all this extraneous plant matter which may harm these outcomes, she said. That's why we decided to pursue litigation against the DEA, because we just feel that this is an abomination. The way that the government is enforcing this monopoly at the University of Mississippi for more than 50 years. Yeah. So, it's all over. It's all out now. And, if you wonder why, all you have to do is look at this. Do you see this? Yeah, this is a civil suit. And it's also criminal. And these are doctors, okay? Let's just make this really clear. The Sacklers were doctors. They made opioids. And guess who they targeted? Medicaid and Medicare. People that were on disability, who had been in car accidents or whatever. People, PTSD, yeah. Our veterans, oh yeah. Yeah, they were targeted too. A lot of them are dead, okay? So now they're suing them, right? They wrote the legislation to let this go through. I want you guys to go to this Department of Justice of the United States and read this so that you will understand that we need to start thinking about things differently and everything, okay? The federal government needs to totally step off of a plant that is medicinal. I suggest you go read books on it or go watch a movie. Weed the People and see where parents have had to move to different states so that they may give their children a fighting chance at cancer or whatever they have. They've got tumors shrinking in the children, even after chemo. There is so much research that is being done by us. Yeah, that's right. You, the patient, are going to have to find your way out. So when you tell me I have to trust doctors and I have to just trust what? These doctors? Because my doctor believed these doctors when they said they believed it was non-habit forming. And Congress believed it too because, with enough money, you could just believe anything, can't you? Do you get it yet? I won't even go read the Jesuit Extreme Oath or have the Wizzard do that or go look up the Georgia Guidestones. I'm telling you guys, it is time for you to wake up. Don't worry about it because it's coming. The change is coming whether you want it or not. You too, YouTube. Sorry, you too. And you know what? We're all responsible. Do you know what kind of death rate we have on all of this? Do you have any idea how many people have died? And you want to talk about clogging up the system for anything else? There's people that die of heart attacks because they're trying to resuscitate somebody from these drugs. I'm telling you. And of course they knew it. They knew all this. The opioid epidemic remains a significant public health challenge that impacts the lives of men and women across the country. Unfortunately, Purdue's reckless actions in violation of the law senselessly risked patients' health and well-being. With our law enforcement partners, we will continue to combat the opioid crisis, including holding the pharmaceutical industry and its executives accountable. This resolution closes a particularly sad chapter in the ongoing battle against opioid addiction, said DEA administration. See, they actively thwarted the United States efforts to ensure compliance and prevent division. The devastating ripple effect of Purdue's actions left lives lost and others addicted. DEA will continue to work tirelessly. Now, there's states that are suing, and they should. You should sue for all the people that have died, and you need to sue and make sure that they have cannabis clinics, which they do now. But of course, I don't think if you're on Medicaid or Medicare and these doctors got you on these pills, and you're coming off of them, they not only will not pay for them. If you went to a clinic that now has cannabis, it's 30 to 40,000 a month. Okay, so see, they still run. They still got. They're gonna face charges. I want to see them go to jail. They should go to jail. And if you want to teach children something, you need to teach them to research. That's what you need to teach them. So anything I teach them on here is life skills, baby. So, you know, YouTube, you age restrict my videos. I just want you to know, my children were like little hackers. And these kids, especially if you've marked the video, what do you think they're going to do, the Wizzard?
Say no, they'll go.
So, the more you do that, the more they're just going to come watch me, and I hope they do, so that I can show them that there's the way out, and that they don't have to believe that we're on a spinning ball, and that we're from monkeys, and that we have to take medicine because we're sick. You know what? Nobody has even proven that. They only have something to help the symptoms of whatever you have. You know, and they got diagnostic tools to find out what. That's it. That is it. Come on. And so, you know, medical misinformation. Who are you talking about? The federal government or the DEA? YouTube. Which one? Yeah. Well, see, it is time to start really thinking. And we're legal here. We're legal across the board. There is states, they're not only going legal, they're telling the feds, that's it. No more. Stay out of it. Because now we know that that's a good alternative. I don't know, let's see. You can look it up. What all it helps. I think there's a list, and it's unbelievable. I want you guys to look this stuff up. Because, you know, we do need to get the right information out and quit lying and telling the wrong information. It's that simple. So, let's look up. Okay. Well, every state has different laws dictating the use of medical marijuana. More than 2/3 of the U.S. states and District of Columbia have actually legalized it for medical treatments, and more are considering bills to do the same. Yet, while many people are using the marijuana, the FDA has only approved it for treatment of 2 rare and severe forms of epilepsy. Why hasn't more research been done? Because the DEA considers marijuana a Schedule 1 drug, the same as heroin, LSD, and ecstasy. That is a lie. You know? It not only doesn't do that, and the only reason I know this is because I experienced morphine due to surgery and after surgery. And let me tell you what, it was medical cannabis that helped me get off of the opioid epidemic. Okay? So, there, what does your grandma say? Proof is in the pudding, isn't it?
I was here, I saw it.
And you know what? Yeah, I have witnesses, and it's been documented, okay? It's not only been documented, I made sure that the governor of New Mexico knows that I have been doing this on my own for the last 2.5 years, 3 years,
Yes.
and I'm in better shape and getting better daily. They're finding out it treats all kinds of things, and then you don't even see what is done with the CBD. When they do that, there's a lot of people, like I had true epilepsy. I've had 4 brain injuries, PTSD, severe, some kind of arthritis that runs in my family evidently, or whatever. And it manages probably around 13 different medications. At one time I was on 17 steroids and muscle relaxers and sleeping pills and tranquilizers. Yeah, when I quit all that, went to school, I started getting better too, by the way. So, like, I'm telling you guys, you know, if you have the chance to try that instead of some of the medications you're taking, talk to your doctor about it and see where they're at on it and see if things aren't changing, because it has for my doctor and a lot of these doctors. They're starting to see their patients get better, and they want to see their patients get better. And you say, oh no, they don't, they want repeat business. Oh no, there's enough people that are really sick that they have plenty.
And like today, me?
You know,
You don't need to see no doctor now.
yeah.
Good enough shit, don't need to see no doctor now. Tell him, Mary.
This is an overview of the National Cancer Institute right here. Cannabis has been used for medicinal purposes for thousands of years. It's illegal, it says, in, you know, different places. They go through and read these reports. And they're finding out. So they know that it helps with cancer. Do you see this? And it's the weed is dumbed down too. You know what I mean? So now that we're starting to get somewhere, look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Go back up a little bit.
Look at this.
How do I spell it? Vera.
Yeah.
I'll just be funny.
Hemp oil, hemp seed oil. I'm telling you, you're fixing to see it. So
It's good for everything.
it's look what it has.
Ford Ranch from Michigan,
Appetite
remember?
stimulation, pain relief, improved sleep.
I eat well because
And we haven't even. Did you see the woman's just now started studying it?
Very.
Wait and see.
I eat very well because of marijuana.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I know too many people that's all they do is a
Nothing
little
else.
bit of cannabis.
No hard drugs. No
Not all the
alcohol,
time either.
No tobacco.
Not all the time, just to manage their pain and get on with their life. And like I said, did you see the PTSD? That's why Sue Sisley wanted that changed, because she knew that it was going to help a lot of patients. And you clearly see that now the Justice Department has had to not only civil settlements with members of the Sackler family, and they're taking all their stuff, they're up for criminal charges, and they should be. It was criminal what they did. So I don't know what you're talking about. You talk to me about medical misinformation. I'm telling you what I've done and what works for me. And so when you talk about being healthy, I think about keeping my immune system up, because I think that's a really important thing that people have forgotten about. We're responsible for our own health, and there's ways to make your body better, and by giving it the right things. Well,
Marijuana's one of them.
are we, can you get to the right things at the store? Can you get to them at your local pharmacy? No.
Besides, can you afford it?
I'm telling you, yeah. So
Besides.
now our governor's had mercy and says, you know, they can grow it. Because if you're a medical patient, you should be able to grow it.
That's a sexy woman.
Yeah. And you know what? Don't forget there's women
Oh, that's
warriors and
right.
there's men warriors, and if you're not, that's fine. But you know what, YouTube, don't stop the truth. And you know, if you think you're going to stop children like that, you're not. You're just not going to do it. Because they will find a way. And by the way, it was my son who got me to try cannabis again, because he's afraid I was going to OD go to sleep and never wake up on morphine. We intend to bring forth heaven on earth for the benefit of all. We intend to release all from the bondages of time and money, safe passage into the Garden of Eden, and forgiveness for our filthy souls. For Mr. Satan, the venom of God, and 144,000 Hll Blazers. You know what? No one will stop us. No one will. And every video that you guys have removed from YouTube, I've already put on another channel on Odyssey and BitChute, and then I put it on Facebook too. Yeah. So those videos that you removed, you didn't remove anything. And those strikes you gave me, those strikes are going to come back on you. Because I was telling the truth and it's already coming out, isn't it? Yeah, we just saw a video on that, didn't we? Oh boy. So you struck me for telling the truth. Wonder how that's going to work out for you, YouTube. Darn it, Wizzard.
Y'all.
Yes, we can. And the fuck you wake up, you're getting a chance. It's blood up or shut up. There is no other way out. Write on a piece of paper, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth for the benefit of all. Put a drop of your blood on it, publish it to YouTube, tag and title it, Blood Over Intent. Join us in blood, or expire of your own stupidity. You may then go to the Holy of Holies. You see that? Flat earth. Yeah. Magnetic mountain. Hyperborea. There's 1,000 names for it. Always been. It's never changed. The Great Green Dragon typing.
Yeah.
Lucifer, the light bringer. Black hole sun, won't you come? Back here and plant the giant trees. See, nobody will stop us. And, you just keep doing what you're doing, YouTube, because you're showing everybody who you really are. And we really needed to see that. We needed to see who everybody is before, the final countdown.